In a Fox 23 exclusive, we've got a big update to an indecent exposure story we first brought to you in January.
We told you a woman called Fox 23 saying a man pulled up next to her on a road and then exposed himself.
Fox 23 crime and safety reporter John Acebus is live. John, today you got to call that victim and were able to tell her that man has been arrested.
Yeah, which was something that was definitely very exciting to her. What originally happened to her was over by 38th and Florence. And when we spoke with her, originally she did so anonymously, but she named Daniel Hensley at the time. But because he hadn't been arrested or charged, we had to be very careful in how we reported that. But as I was going through the booking reports this morning, as I do every morning, I ran into the name Daniel Hensley. I read through the report, and sure enough, she was in that report, as well as, unfortunately, 4 other victims. I first spoke with Sylvia Embry back in January. She told me she had just been the victim of someone exposing themselves to her while she was out walking a dog.
I had been walking down this street here, 38th, and it was just past this house here.
At the time, she wanted to remain anonymous. Now she's showing her face.
Every time I've been back in that neighborhood, I have constantly been on guard looking for that car.
This is video of that car back in January. The driver is believed by police to be Daniel Hensley, a registered sex offender.
There are volumes of research on these types of offenders. While not all of them will go on to commit some sort of physical or sexual assault, many of them will.
According to a police report, 4 victims have come forward as of March 5th. Lead Special Victims Unit Detective Lieutenant Darren Ehrenrich says it's always Hensley doing the same kind of thing.
They reported that he pulled his car up to them and started asking about how often they.
And at the end of the day, it was victims who helped police track Hensley down.
They followed while they were on the phone with 911. Patrol officers were able to respond and take them into custody.
Embry tells me as a professional dog walker, being out on the street is something she can't avoid and wouldn't trade.
Today, I had a walk there at lunchtime, and I felt much more relieved knowing that he's been arrested.
She hopes anyone who may have had a run-in with Hensley calls police.
I think as a whole, people are tired of being victimized, and it's so easy now for people to speak up and seek justice.
And she's making a great point there. It's the same point that the lead detective that I spoke with made today as well, that this is often one of the most underreported crimes every single year. I just checked Tulsa County Jail. He is still in jail tonight on a $17,000 bond. Covering news that matters, John Acebus, Fox 23 News.
Hensley has a court date on March 12th. Police say sex crimes are one of the lowest reported crimes every year. They say if you are a victim, call 911 and make sure to file a report.